All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. Today, we were fast and furious, Vincenzo, with the trading. 3 trades, all within the first 15 minutes of the market open, making our money, getting out of here for the weekend. Hopefully, you all enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Let's trade. All right, so first this morning, first trade was on BTU. You can see it alerting on the scanner right below me here up towards the 20 range, and I was looking at it here as it was starting to get resistance here around the 2380s. I was watching it, see even if it could push up a little bit higher, it wasn't able to, so I went ahead and put 200 shares out there at 2383. Got a partial share at first, but then got the full share short there, 2383 with 200 shares here on BTU. Normally I would like this one to get up towards the whole number, but I was seeing a lot of resistance there in the low 2380s, so decided to go ahead and get this one started at 2383 with those 200 shares. And I was looking at it, I was like, well, it's not a huge range in this one, but if we get down 2360, I'll look to take 100 of the shares off there and then see if we can make a little bit more money with the other 100 shares that would then be left over here in BTU. So a minute or so goes by and it starts coming down, and it's getting close to that 2360 spot for that first 100 shares. It bounces off it just for a second, but then it goes down and we get filled right there at 2360. So we are now down to 100 shares left, still with that same average at 2383. And it actually starts popping up here for a minute, and I'm like, well, if it runs higher, I could kind of restart this one like you guys have seen me do numerous times on the channel before, but it never ended up breaking through this high here at all, really. So never ended up getting into another ad. But at the same time, if you look under me on the intensity scanner, I'm starting to see MRVL, Marvel, popping up here into the 20s. So I'm giving it a second here just to see if BTU does anything immediately that I need to handle, but then I'm starting to itch to go over and look at MRVL. You guys know I don't often trade two stocks at the same time, but it's getting my attention on the scanner there up into the 20s. So, you know, I pull it up here and it's popping. I'm like, oh, this thing's moving. So I go ahead and get short here at 68.08 with 100 shares. So now I'm in two positions at once here, both on BTU and MRVL. And I look over at BTU and I see that that price has come down pretty quickly all of a sudden. So I click over there, go ahead and close that one out for a $66 quick gain there on BTU. Pretty nice move overall. Can't complain about that one at all. Then I'm in Marvel, so now I'm back to this new trade that I've just opened up, and I'm in Marvel with the 100 shares at 68.08. It's made a big move up off of the 66 range, so it's up 2 points or so in the last 2 minutes. So we'll see what MRVL can do for us here. So a few minutes go by, I decide to put a 50 share order out at 67.60. If it wants to come down and fill me there on half, and then I'll of course look to get the other 50 shares down lower than that if it can get down and get me filled a bit lower here. So, you know, it's going sideways for a little bit. I'm starting to think, yeah, maybe this thing is gonna kind of bull flag here, move to the upside. Wasn't really sure at this point if it was gonna work out or not, but you know, we were in a good price. So it starts coming down. It's getting close to that 67.60 mark. We got our 50 shares sitting there and we get the fill. I then put the other 50 out quickly at 67.25, and it starts coming down towards that 67.25 pretty quickly as well. So I'm like, oh, almost got filled there, bounced right up. I'm like, okay, still looking pretty good here for this fill. If we can get down to 67.25 and close this one out and have two quick wins right in the beginning of the market, would be really nice. It's always nice when you can make money early on and you don't end up sitting around bored hoping that something can come and get you. And there's the fill right there. So 2 trades, about 66 bucks each on each trade on BTU and Marvel, hitting them both at the same time. Don't often do that, but when they were looking as good as they were, I couldn't pass it up, so had to make some money there. Then about 4 minutes later, we're still within the first 15 minutes of the market here. I start to see MOS popping up on the scanner. Start to see MOS popping up, so I'm watching it here as we get up into the 59s. and it breaks through 59 here for just a wee bit. So this was a little bit different than BTU, where it was able to get up to that whole number. So I go ahead and get short there, 100 shares at 59.01. So not looking for anything huge here, only in 100 shares, already having a pretty decent quick day. I'm like, oh man, it's too good to be true. And it starts coming down almost immediately. It was almost too quick for my brain to process what we were looking at. So I'm like, all right, if it comes down below 58.50, we'll probably just look to take this one off, because that's a nice quick move back to the downside. It does. We get filled there a little bit low for plus 55, and just like that, we're up 186 on the day, only 15 minutes into the market. And that ended up being it for my day. My daughter is homesick from school today, and I'm still having internet issues. They were out this morning. They didn't fix it. They're coming back out later this afternoon. Hopefully they'll fix it. We'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Can't wait to trade with you again next week. I'll catch you later.